Welcome to a Khan Academy tutorial on Pythagorean theorem word problems. Let's go ahead and get started with this. You're going to need a calculator. I already have mine nearby. Here we go. A zip line starts on a platform that is 40 meters above the ground. The anchor for the zip line is 198 horizontal meters from the base of the platform. How long is the zip line? First thing you always have to do with Pythagorean theorem problems is you need to label all the sides. So we have the two legs here, and it's kind of irrelevant which one you call A and which one you call B. But here I have A and B. And then your longest side, it's always going to be the longest side. This one is your hypotenuse. Okay, that's also known as C for the Pythagorean theorem. Now, keep in mind, it's always got to be opposite the 90-degree angle. So there's my 90-degree angle. It's the leg not touching the 90-degree angle. It's opposite to it. Now, what is the Pythagorean theorem? It is A squared plus B squared, and that is equal to C squared. Okay, so let's go ahead and just insert our values. So we're going to have 40, we called B, we called 198, A, we have to square it, plus the two of them, and we have that's equal to C squared. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get my calculator, and I'm going to go 198 squared plus 40 squared. Okay, I'm going to write these values in for you just a second. So I have this whole sum on the left, I'll change it to blue, is going to be 40,804 equals C squared. Then I just take the square root of both sides. So I take the square root here, I take the square root there. I get C equals 202, don't forget the units, meters. So 202 meters is the distance. The key part at the end is taking the square root of both sides. We don't want C squared, we want C by itself, so we need to take the square root of both sides. So we know it's 202 meters, we'll check it, and we're good to go. Okay, rectangular football field is 64 meters wide and 100 meters long. A player runs from one corner of the field in a diagonal to the opposite corner. How far did the player run? Okay, we'll need to draw a little diagram here. So let's go ahead and draw our little diagram. We'll use green because it's a football field. So we have 100 meters long. Then we have 64 meters wide. Okay, and this little guy ran all the way home. This is our C. It's the hypotenuse because that's the longest distance and it's opposite 90-degree angle. When we're talking about corners, a corner is 90 degrees, so that is our hypotenuse. Okay, so now we just need to label it. We'll call this, whoops, wrong device. We'll call this A. We'll call this one B. So we have 100 squared plus 64 squared, and that's going to be equal to C squared. So we're going to square 100, and we're going to add it to 64 squared, and then that gives me 14096. And then I need to take the square root of that when I'm done. And I need to round, because I got a decimal here. I got 118.72 meters equals C. I have to round my answer to the nearest meter. That's going to be 119. 119. Next question. Peter is making an X marks the spot flag for a treasure hunt. The flag is made of square white flags with sides of 12. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw this flag. Okay, so there's our flag. There's our flag pole. Okay, and it has an X marks the spot, something like this. Okay, this is 12 centimeters. Ooh, that's very small. He will make the X by stretching red ribbon diagonally from corner to corner. How many centimeters of ribbon will Peter need to make the X? Okay, so we're going to have to find two hypotenuses here, or we'll just double it to find our answer. Okay, so here we'll use this triangle right here, this green one. Okay, with this blue side being our hypotenuse. Take a look at that. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this up. This is going to be our A, this is going to be our B, and then this blue will be our C. So we have C squared equals 12 squared plus 12 squared. So we have 144 plus 144 equals 288. So we have 288 equals C squared. Okay, we're going to take the square root of both sides, and we get C equals 16.97. Now, we have to double this. So we're going to double this because there's two of them. I'm going to times this by 2. and I get 33.94. That's going to give me about 34 rounded, 34 centimeters, not inches. Whoops, sorry about that. 34 centimeters. So I'm going to type that in, 34. Check it. All right, last one. Joel is mailing a large envelope to his cousin. The envelope has pictures inside, so he doesn't want to bend it. The mail slot has the dimensions shown. The dotted line shows the widest part of the slot. Okay, what is the maximum width of the mail slot? What we need to do here is essentially, this is already set up for us. This is 90 degrees. And we have Pythagorean theorem. C squared equals 24 squared plus 7 squared. Okay, if you know your automatic triangles, you're already done. Okay, it's going to be 27, 24, 25 automatic triangle. But let me go ahead and do this out. Plus 7 squared. So we get 625 equals c squared. And then we take the square root of this. And what do you know? We get c equals 25 centimeters. And that's all there is to it. Pythagorean theorem, word problems is all about labeling number one and then solving. Make sure you take the square root, rounding if you need to. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment if you want more done. And I hope to see you next time on Wes Explains Best.